Hi everyone. So, I will be continuing my video now showing you my DVD collection. And I will actually start out with my Blu-rays for music films. Okay, so first we have Lindsey Buckingham's Songs from the Small Machine, live in Los Angeles. And this is the most recent Blu-ray that I got. I saw him on this tour, and he's an absolutely amazing performer. He is the guitarist for Fleetwood Mac, but most of his set list is his solo career, which is incredible. He didn't really get a lot of attention from the mainstream, but it's pretty much a hidden jewel. And he's one of the best guitarists, I think. His finger-picking style is so unique. And especially his acoustic songs like Big Love, Go Insane. They're just incredible. He's really talented. Another Fleetwood Mac member, Stevie Nicks. This is her soundstage performance. And I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Stevie Nicks as of late. I mean, I still love her music, but her age kind of really shows. Her voice isn't as good as what it used to be, but a lot of that has to do with drug abuse and just years of not really taking good care of her voice. But it's still pretty cool to have, and I've seen her live a couple of times. Queen Rock Montreal and Live Aid. Really good performance. Live Aid was incredible, and the Montreal show was really good too. But I tend to prefer the Wembley DVD. Now, this one is my favorite concert film of all time. Porcupine Trees, and I've heard a couple of different pronunciations of this, but I say Anicized. And it's from their Fear of a Blank Planet tour, and they do all of Fear of a Blank Planet plus a couple, well, not a couple, quite a few other songs from their career. And this one is pretty cool. It comes with the Blu-ray and the DVD. Or actually, this is the Blu-ray and this is the DVD. And something I love about Porcupine Tree and Steve Wilson is the beautiful packaging. This has a digibook format with live pictures. This film is just great. The performance is top-notch. The set list is excellent. The sound quality, video quality, it's all really good. We also have Porcupine Trees Arriving Somewhere DVD. Now, this was from the Deadwing tour, which is my favorite Porcupine Tree album, but they didn't have as high of a budget for this concert, so the quality of the footage isn't as good, and the production also it's a little weird. The producer tried to do a lot of weird effects and stuff, and for concert films, I think it's usually best just to keep it, simple, how you would be viewing it if you were at the concert yourself, instead of a bunch of weird filters and everything. And this is a really good DVD too. There isn't too much of a cellist overlap, so that's a good thing. I do prefer Anticides over Arriving Somewhere, but they're both great DVDs. This is Meshuggah's Alive DVD, and for those that aren't familiar with Meshuggah, they're a very heavy djent band. I'm not sure I pronounced that right, but it's really, really weird rhythms, very harsh vocals, very harsh guitar, and they're definitely not something that everyone would like, but they perform like machines. They're ridiculous. I mean, I have trouble just like tapping along to their music, and I'm usually pretty good about following like the rhythm of a song, but I don't know how they do it. And their performances are from a couple different shows instead of just one concert, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of low budget, but the quality is decent. I just wish they had the 5.1 mix on that. It's only stereo. And that's actually a DVD. And back to Blu-rays. My last batch of Blu-rays. This is Yes, live at Montreux, I think. I probably pronounced that wrong. Really bad at pronunciation. And this is the Jazz Festival, I believe, from 2003. And it has the lineup of John Anderson, Steve Howe, Chris Squire, Rick Wakeman, and Alan White, which is more or less considered the classic lineup, although Bill Bruford, or is it Bill Bruford? Pretty sure it's Bill Bruford. He's considered more of the classic drummer, but I mean, Alan White isn't bad at all, so you can't really lose either way. And I don't know, I really like Yes, but they're one of the bands that really disappoint me now. They seem like they're just way past their prime. Their performances are really low energy. The songs are slowed down. Some of them are tuned down too. And I don't know. This film is actually pretty good. I think this was the last tour that they were still good enough. Just a shade of what they used to be, but when I saw them in 2010, they've really declined. But there are some pretty good performances on here. Rick Wakeman solo, of course, is always good. I think he... can't remember if he did. I forgot, I think it's a medley of a couple different songs and pieces that he's written. They do Awaken, and You and I, South Side of the Sky. This is definitely worth checking out, but it's not their best live release. This is Rush's Moving Pictures and 2112 documentaries. It's part of the classic album series, and it's pretty informative. I'm a pretty big Rush fan, but I learned a couple things I didn't know before watching this. Another Rush documentary that I have is Beyond the Lighted Stage, which is excellent. It's an incredible music documentary. They interview the band as well as a lot of fans, be them normal people or other famous musicians. And they really did a good job of capturing why so many people love Rush, myself included. You really feel the fan connection there. A lot of people talk about, like, how when they were growing up, they were kind of like they didn't really fit in with any group. And Rush as a band is kind of like that. They don't really fit into really any genre, or they weren't very mainstream. Of course they had a couple hits, but mainstream music has always kind of turned its back on Rush, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame also still hasn't inducted them. And I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is bullshit anyway. Not even just for Rush, but in general. So there's no huge loss there, but it's a great documentary. I recommend it to anyone, even people who aren't Rush fans. And for Rush fans, there's a lot of bonus material too. There's some performances from when they just started out and were playing like high school auditoriums and stuff, so that's cool. And this is my last Blu-ray, I think. The Rush 30 tour for their 30th anniversary. I absolutely love the set list, but I'm not a huge fan of the performance. I don't know. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not one of my favorite Rush live releases. Speaking of live Rush releases, we have the Snakes and Arrows DVD, and I saw them on this tour, not this show. I think it was either like Chicago or something. I know there's a couple of performances from one of their European shows too. And again, Rush, they kind of suffer from the same thing that Yes do, where their songs are slowed down and they have to tune down some of their songs. But unlike Yes, Rush still have so much energy live, so they're still really good. They're not what they used to be, but I'll always go see them when they tour, because they're probably one of the best live acts still, and the energy in the venues are always like off the charts. The fans love it, and they really feed off the fan energy. And their set lists are incredible too. They play I think this is something like 30 songs. They usually do one set, and then an intermission, and then they come back for another set, and and then an encore too. And they're getting pretty old, but they play like 3-hour shows every night, so you have to give them a lot of props for that. They're an incredible live band. But yeah, Geddy's vocals are kind of starting to go downhill, and I mean you can't really blame that. He used to sing like so high, and being a band for over 30 years really, puts a toll on one's voice, so it's just natural. Once again, I have the R30 DVD. I bought this must have been like a couple months before the Blu-ray came out. But it comes with some, I think it came with the CD, maybe? Oh, well, it's okay, I don't mind having another copy of it. Russian Riho. Another good Rush concert. Like I was saying before, the energy in the crowd, this one is a really good example of it. I mean, South American audiences are very energetic to begin with, but at points, they actually overpower the band. They sing along to YYZ, which is kind of annoying when you're trying to watch it, but at the same time it's remarkable because YYZ doesn't even have any lyrics, but they sing along to every note in the song. And yeah, I think this was a show where they had a lot of technical problems too. There's a whole story, I think it's on the bonus disc, where they talk about how some things were really last minute. This is the replay box set. There are 4 discs and 3 DVDs. First one is Exit Stage Left, Exit Stage Left, which was from the Moving Pictures tour. And then you have the Grace Under Pressure tour, and A Show of Hands, which was touring, I think it was touring Hold Your Fire. Yeah, I think that's it. And it also includes Grace Under Pressure's soundtrack on CD. This is a really good box set. If you want to get into Rush, I recommend starting here, because you get pretty much their prime. There are no concerts from the 70s, released officially at least, but Exit Stage Left is as close as you'll get, and that's really good. Looks like I'm gonna have to split this video up into 2 different parts, because I still have quite a bit left. This is Simon and Garfunkel, Old Friends. I had the chance to go see Simon and Garfunkel a year or 2 ago, and I was really excited for it, but Art Garfunkel got sick and they had to cancel it. So I was really disappointed about that. I also have the concert in Central Park. And Paul Simon is a great musician, great artist. So I'm still really bummed I didn't get to go see them. But I guess the concert films is as close as I'll be able to get. So it's nice to have. This is the Led Zeppelin DVD. It has Live at Royal Albert Hall, 1970. Madison Square Garden, 1973. Earl's Court, 1975. Nebsworth, 1979, and then some extras too. I haven't watched all of the performances on here, but I do remember Earl's Court, 1975, and Royal Albert Hall. Those are both really good. But to be honest, Led Zeppelin live kinda hit or miss for me. I do like jams and stuff, but like on Dazed and Confused, I mean that jam is like 28 minutes or something. I don't know, it kind of loses me after a while. But it's still really good. And actually, I think I'm gonna watch this later tonight. I haven't watched this in a long time. This is Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. No Quarter. It's an okay DVD. It's just the two of them, and they do mostly Led Zeppelin songs, but Robert Plant's voice isn't very good anymore. So, that kind of detracts from the film. But I do remember there are a couple good performances on here. I can't remember which songs, but AC/DC, Family Jewels. This is a collection of music videos and a couple live performances too, although I think those were the actual music videos for the songs. I'm sorry about the dust. I haven't touched some of these in a long time. I used to like AC/DC a lot back when I first started getting into rock music, but I'm not really a big fan of them now, to be honest. But Bon Scott was great, so all of Disc 1 is really cool. Brian Johnson is just okay. They had a couple good albums, but I don't know, it's like the same song over and over and over and over. No Bull by AC/DC. It's okay, but the best AC/DC video is Live at Donington. And I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really into AC/DC anymore, but this is a great concert film. They really do put on such a great show. Angus Young is just like a powerhouse of energy. And this was how I was introduced to the band, actually. My next door neighbor had this on DVD, and he used to show me it. And doing this video is actually making me want to watch a lot of these. I haven't watched this one in a long time either, so I think I'm gonna have to watch it again. He does, Angus does the striptease during one of the songs. I think it might have been the Jack. Or Jailbreak. I can't remember. It's one of those, I think. Pulse, which is considered to be Pink Floyd's best live DVD. And it doesn't have Roger Waters. It's just Nick Mason, Rick Wright, and David Gilmour. And even without Roger Waters, it's really good. Let's see what the set list is. Yeah. Shine on You Crazy Diamond is breathtaking. They do all of Dark Side of the Moon too. Presented in its original 4:3 aspect ratio. I don't really know if that's like a plus. I mean, I guess it's good that they didn't try to like upconvert it, but I don't know. It didn't really seem like that big of a selling point. And this was at Earl's Court also. 1994. Live at Pompeii, the director's cut. And this is really trippy. I'm not sure which year it is. Judging by the set list, sometime around Dark Side of the Moon. You have Echoes, Careful with That Axe, Eugene, A Saucer Full of Secrets, Us and Them, One of These Days, Mademoiselle Knobs, not sure what that is, Brain Damage, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, and Echoes Part 2. Another one I need to watch really soon. Yes, songs. The quality on this is really bad. The video quality and sound quality is from 1970 or 1973, I think. Yeah, 73. Yeah, 73. But the performance is incredible. Like, this is Yes at their prime. And You and I is just like mind-blowing. And what's the other one? I've Seen All Good People. I mean, really the whole thing is great. So I think it has a set list side. Yeah, Your Move and I've Seen All Good People. The Clap and You and I, Close to the Edge. Excerpts from Six Wives of Henry VIII, which is Rick Wakeman's solo. Roundabout, Years to No Disgrace, and then Starship Troop over the credits. And that's a great film. I recommend that. And I'm running out of room, so I'm going to have to continue this in part 2. Thanks.